Let's do a couple of more problems. Okay, let's do the first one. Let's say we are given x plus 1 by x is equal to 2 cos theta and y plus 1 by y is equal to 2 cos phi. Okay, now what we have to do is prove that square root of x to the power of m y n plus 1 by square root of x to the power of m y to the power of n is equal to 2 cos half of m theta plus n phi. Okay, now what do we do? How do we proceed? So let's take the first equation, x plus 1 by x equal to 2 cos theta. Now let's simplify it. X square plus 1 is equal to 2 cos theta x. This becomes a quadratic equation. 2 cos theta x plus 1 equal to 0. So x would be equal to quadratic formula minus into minus plus b. 2 cos theta x. No, we don't have to write x. Plus or minus square root of b square is cos square theta minus 4ac, that is 4, and a 4 here also because it is 2 cos theta by 2a, which is equal to cos theta plus or minus, let's take 4 common out, cos square theta minus 1 by 2. Now this will be cos theta plus or minus 2, we can take it out. We know 1 minus cos square theta is sin square theta. So let's take minus out. 1 minus cos square theta by 2. So 2 cancels out. And we are left with cos theta plus or minus minus 1. We can take it as I. 1 minus cos square theta is sin theta. So we have got a familiar expression. Now remember, this is x equal to, okay, so similarly y would be equal to cos phi plus or minus I sin phi. Okay, now what we need is m to the power of, remember, no, not m to the power of, x to the power of m, but there is a square root, so we divide it by 2. This would be equal to cos theta plus or minus I sin theta to the power of m by 2, and y to the power of n by 2 would be equal to cos phi plus or minus I sin phi to the power of n by 2. Okay, we know now we can apply De Moivre's theorem. So x to the power of m by 2 would be equal to cos m theta by 2 plus or minus I sin n, no, m theta by 2. Similarly, y to the power of n by 2 would be equal to cos n phi by 2 plus or minus I sin n phi by 2. Now we need the product of this. So x to the power of m by 2 times y to the power of n by 2. So we just multiply these two. So cos m theta by 2 plus or minus I sin m theta by 2 times cos n phi by 2 plus or minus I sin n phi by 2. Now let's do the multiplication. Cos m theta by 2 cos n phi by 2. So now let's take plus or minus cos m theta by 2 times I sin n phi by 2. Now let's take this plus I sin m theta by 2 times cos n phi by 2 plus or minus. Let's take this 2 now. So I square sin m theta by 2 sin n phi by 2. Now if I remove this I square, this will become minus plus. Okay, plus will become minus, minus will become plus. So now what do I do here now? Let's take the first term and the last term together. Cos theta, cos phi, sin theta, sin phi. So this can be written as cos m theta by 2 plus n phi by 2. And these two, the second term and the third term, they have I in common, plus or minus. Plus or minus we have here. I cos theta sin theta sin theta cos theta. So what does it become here? It becomes sin m theta plus n phi by 2. We have got this now, x to the power of m by 2 times y to the power of n by 2. Now we want the reciprocal of that. That is 1 by square root of x to the power of m y to the power of n, which is nothing but 1 by x to the power of m by 2 y to the power of n by 2. Now we already have this. Let's write it like this: cos m theta plus n phi by 2 plus or minus I sin m theta plus n phi by 2 to the power of minus 1. And we know how to evaluate this. This becomes cos minus m theta plus n phi by 2 plus or minus I sin minus m theta plus n phi by 2. Okay, cos minus the minus x is what? Cos x. So we can write it as m theta plus n phi by 2 plus or minus. Now what is sin minus x? Is minus sin x. So that means minus will come out, which means this will become minus plus. I sin m theta plus n phi by 2. Okay, now we have got this. Both the main term and its reciprocal we have got. Now we have to add them up. So what do we get? Square root of x to the power of m y to the power of n plus 1 by square root of x to the power of m, not plus, y to the power of n. This will be equal to, we just add up the right hand sides. So we have cos m theta plus n phi by 2 plus or minus I sin m theta plus n phi by 2. This one plus or minus I sin. And then we add these two. Cos m theta plus n phi by 2 minus plus I sin m theta plus n phi by 2. Now when this is plus, this is minus. When this is minus, this is plus. So that means these two get cancelled out. And we are left with 2 cos 1 by 2. We can take it out and say m theta plus n phi, which is what we had to prove. 2 cos 1 by 2 n theta plus n phi. That is our first problem. Now let's look at the second problem. If cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma equal to 0. Prove that cos 3 alpha plus cos 3 beta plus cos 3 gamma is equal to 3 times cos alpha plus beta plus gamma, and sin 3 alpha plus sin 3 beta plus sin 3 gamma is equal to 3 sin alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, now how do we proceed with this? See, this plus this equal to 0. If we say a plus b plus c equal to 0, do we know any identity? Yes, we know. If a plus b plus c equal to 0, then a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3abc. Okay. So let a is equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha. B is equal to cos beta plus I sin beta. C is equal to cos gamma plus I sin gamma. Okay, and let's do the substitution here. So we end up with cos alpha plus I sin alpha cube plus cos beta plus I sin beta cube plus cos gamma plus I sin gamma cube is equal to 3 times A, B and C. So cos alpha plus I sin beta cos, no, not beta, alpha itself, cos beta plus I sin beta and cos gamma plus I sin gamma. Okay, now we know how to evaluate this and this. We apply De Morgan's theorem. So this becomes cos 3 alpha plus I sin 3 alpha plus cos 3 beta plus I sin 3 beta plus cos 3 gamma plus I sin 3 gamma is equal to, now what do we do with the right hand side? 3 times, that is fine, but these three, what do? Do we start multiplying them? If you remember here in the previous session, we saw cos alpha plus I sin alpha, cos beta I sin beta, cos gamma plus I sin gamma n number of times is equal to cos alpha plus beta plus I sin alpha beta gamma, right? So we directly apply this. So we end up with 3 times cos alpha plus beta plus gamma plus I sin alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, this implies we can take cos together. So cos alpha 3 alpha plus cos 3 beta plus cos 3 gamma plus I times sin 3 alpha plus sin 3 beta plus sin 3 gamma is equal to 3 times cos alpha plus beta plus gamma plus I sin alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, So now let's equate the like terms, that is real and imaginary. Okay, so what do we get? We get cos 3 alpha plus cos 3 beta plus cos 3 gamma is equal to 3 times cos alpha plus beta plus gamma. Similarly, the imaginary part will be sin 3 alpha plus sin 3 beta plus sin 3 gamma is equal to 3 times, we don't have to write I, sin alpha plus beta plus gamma, right? So this is the real part and this is the imaginary part. So we have proved that. Okay, I think that's enough. Bye.